I love you. Welcome back to the Couch Potatoes for another exciting television talks, TV talks. Why did I say television?
Yeah, that's okay.
TV, it's the same thing, but TV talks rolls better than television talks. Yeah.
Does it?
I am the Green Traveler from Gorsh. I think so.
Well, I'll take it. I know I'm just interrogating you, but I agree. I don't disagree. I just.
We have good titles in this show. Damn it!
I was just trying to taste it in my mouth without saying it. Television talks.
Television.
That sounds
talks.
a little bit
It's
more
too many
like
syllables.
Like Rod Sterling meets Videodrome. You know,
That's fair.
Television talks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Television talks. The television talks.
The television talks.
Careful, Brian.
Okay, I am the Faceless Leone, and this is a podcast about movies and TV called Green and Faceless on the Couch. I almost said the Cooch. I think I've done that before.
Oh, no. Right there, right on the couch.
Right there on the Cooch.
There's my bad accent for the episode.
Yeah.
We promised we would both do one bad episode per episode.
What a stupid show we have.
It's dumb. I love it.
Yeah, we hope you enjoy it too. And if you are enjoying it, maybe you consider supporting us on Patreon down at patreon.com/greenfaceless. Sometime this week, I suppose, we're going to drop a Patreon exclusive episode for our potatoes.
Hell yeah.
On Patreon.
You know what? Do we just want to establish that, let's make it the 31st? Is that too soon after
No,
this episode?
I don't
this
think
episode
that's
come out?
too soon. In fact, that's next week.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'd
it's
be next
done
Sunday.
pretty much. We
Yeah.
just have to, publish that puppy. I'm thinking of making like a little theme song thing. You got to do something for this one, and I'll do something.
That's fair.
For the next one. This one.
Yeah. I could play a mean harmonica and a mean ukulele, and by that I mean pretty garbage amateur, but still, I'll give it my all.
I can make a menagerie of voice sounds, so I'll probably do something
technically,
like that.
Nice. That'd be good. I like that. Some chanting. Some just throat popping.
Yeah, something.
No, yeah, the theme song that we have before every episode, I think we still have it, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't listened to one of our episodes. I just realized I haven't listened to one in a while. I mean, I edit them. I don't, we both edit them, but I don't typically
I always tag
listen to
on
them when they're published.
The intro and outro.
Yeah. That intro was me. I remember I actually plucked that theme song off the ukulele, so I'm ready to come up with another one.
Oh.
We can do it.
Oh, okay. All right.
A mingling of voice sounds and something else. We could just be just voice sounds too. That's totally
okay.
fine.
It's okay. If you wanted to jump on my project, that's fine. No.
Okay. It's your project. Huh?
It's our project. It's a...
Guess it's your show too, huh? I've seen the logo being rechanged to just half of a couch and one man.
Greg, thanks for having me on the Green on the Couch.
I've seen that. Now we're both just sitting in armchairs too. We're not sitting together on the couch anymore.
Yeah, there's now a partition now. Yeah. Oh, I mentioned the partition. That was not supposed to be a joke, but this story, the Miss Marvel, does center around the historical event of India splitting after its independence into India and Pakistan. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about it when we get into it.
Yeah, it's actually kind of an exciting show because, first off, it's what's that generation? What is she?
Is it Gen Z or is it the one after that? Are we past that yet? I don't know.
Man, yeah, I'm so lost anymore. I'm at that point where like I hit a certain age where I just like I stopped paying attention. I don't remember what generation I am.
If you do it by the year, we're Gen Y, but my brother is Gen Z. And
damn.
He's got 2 kids. And those guys definitely aren't Gen Z. They can't be, right? I don't know how it works.
That's fair. That's true. You're right. What? So they're Gen AA, double B. Maybe it circles back. Maybe it doesn't even circle back. Obviously, it probably just goes back to A. They probably don't double it.
Yeah. Or maybe it's AB.
Anyways, it's all dumb.
Maybe
everybody blames.
It could be Generation A because we haven't really called them that far back. I think it was the greatest generation, and that was leading into World War II. So yeah. I don't know.
They were very pompous.
Yeah, or at least whoever named them was.
Yeah, it's all dumb to me. I mean, everybody always blames the millennials. We're technically millennials, I think.
That's right.
We ain't done shit. It ain't our fault, damn it. We're just trying to survive in this cold, dark world.
I think, that was kind of the problem they had with us, is that we hadn't done shit. But now they've screwed it up so bad that they want to find someone to blame. It's like, no, you can't blame us. We have not done shit. We've tried very hard to not let you guys do shit, and we failed. We did.
Damn it.
Anyway.
But anyways, she's of the younger generation. Miss Marvel is Kamala Khan. Is that her name?
Kamala Khan,
yes.
That's right.
Kamala Khan. Played by Aman Vellani. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong.
Aman Vellani sounds amazing. Good to me.
Yeah, she does a really fucking good job.
She does.
And, I don't know if she's been in anything before this, but she was a lot of fun to watch. She was the main reason I kept coming back, because her performance as Kamala Khan, more than they call her the Nightlight throughout most of the first season, and she does not like that, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, but I love it.
But she's good as Miss Marvel too. She does a really good job as Miss Marvel, but I loved her Kamala Khan. There's so much depth to that character already, and it's just 6 episodes long. It was really fun. But yeah, she is a Pakistani American. She's Pakistani descent. Was it her grandmother who was immigrated to America?
No, it was her parents who immigrated to America.
It was her parents.
Her grandmother still lives in Pakistan.
That's right. Okay.
I don't remember all the characters' names, but she lived through the partition, though. Her grandmother did.
Right.
And she was just a child, and she got separated from her mother, and her mother disappeared. So, they lived somewhere in India, in the part of India that became the nation of India today. So they were forced to move along with everyone else they, knew that shared their religion. Had to abandon family members who converted to Hinduism, or perhaps their family converted to Islam at some point. It was really sad, and a lot of people. It was 10 to 20 million people were displaced, and it was it went both ways.
Jesus,
and there was also 2 different sections of Pakistan for a long time.
Man,
yeah. I think Bangladesh was in that. Was East Pakistan or something like that. Don't quote me on this. I don't know everything.
that was a lot of the fun and beauty of this show too. Is I didn't know any of this beforehand. I'm ignorant American. I ain't got shit.
Right.
It's that was my education. I didn't absorb anything. It was all bad. Right. But yeah, so that was exciting coming into this and like learning something new. It doesn't like go crazy into depth about it. Just enough that you get the story, you know, get everything that's going on. There is a lot of history to it, but you know, I like that they kept it light, and you know, they brought it in a really good way. They talked about it, they incorporated it into the story really, really well. And then, you know, after that, it was just kind of like, now you can go out and research it yourself. You know, it's just like they don't devote way too much time on it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I guess
There is like this. I think it's in the first episode. There is this like little like flash book story thing. They do a lot of fun things with the art in this series. That's one part I really appreciate. Like the background art, dances, and stuff. It really reminded me of the Mitchells versus the Machines. Is that right?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Where her art kind of popped into the real world, and she has like ADD real bad or something like that. And that becomes a really endearing quality, which I've always suspected I had ADD or ADHD. I mean, you know, definitely. You guys probably on the other end are like, oh yeah, that'll do it. That's why he can't finish explains the sentence. A lot. That's why he never concludes the thought. Oh, okay.
Yep. I mean, honestly, most of our friend group does, because like I do too. Yeah. What was that?
I didn't conclude that one either. I don't know where what's going.
But yeah, it definitely is an endearing quality, because it's like there's a lot about her character that I just loved and related to. Yeah. And then there's a lot about her character that, you know, I obviously didn't relate to. A lot of the cultural stuff, a lot of the what is it when you're attacking because it's like anti-Semitic to attack Judaism. What is
Islamophobic?
Anti-Islam.
I guess could it's just be Islamophobic. Islamophobic, but you're right. Anti-Semitic kind of has its own thing too. I bet there is a term like that for it, but I don't know it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that though, where specifically where you have like the law coming into their to their mosque. Is that the right word?
Yes.
Mosque? I'm second guessing everything.
No, you're right.
I don't want to be completely as ignorant as I am.
I think that you're doing okay, but this is also, you know, obviously coming from another white guy. But so far,
right,
you haven't said anything. Oh, you're green. That's right. And I'm a blonde guy.
No, yes, I definitely ignorant white person. But yeah, there's a lot of that though, where they're at the mosque, they're having their religious ceremony. I can't remember what it's called.
I don't recall either, but I don't know if they go daily or if it's just a once a week thing.
Right.
I do know that that prayer happens 5 times a day.
Yeah, and that's typically when a lot of the law coming into the mosque happens, is when they're having their prayer ceremonies. Right. And it's just like they just come in and like, we're looking for somebody, and it's just like it's very clear that it's stereotyping, and you know, a lot of that. Yeah. You know, it's just like we're looking for a Pakistani or Indian descent individial, and it's just like, okay.
Okay, you know, so just half like of that's us. How everybody there is. Okay, yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, and Kamala, she is young. She's growing up in a world that has the Avengers. Like her life is just saturated with, you know, technology, because that is the younger generation. Right. So like I like a lot of the younger generation play that happens in this story, and just lo and behold, through remembrance that's far gone to me, she comes upon a bracelet of her great grandmother's, and it's very cool. It's pretty fucking rad looking bracelet. And she's like, I'm going to put it on. And she puts it on because she's going to go to a some kind of costume. Avenger Con, that's right.
And you know that's where we would be if Avengers existed in our world.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know what? I say
and
that, but I've never been to a con. I may be stoned from the internet now. I mean, like the biblical stoned. I think the internet is going to throw stones at me through my laptop because of what I just admitted to the world.
Oh, man, no. Honestly, though, if we had the money and the free time, we would have gone to a con by now. Like,
that's true.
Or at least I would have. I would have easily. Like, I've just been like waiting for somebody to be like, Greg, you want to go to a con? And I'll be like, yeah. I've just been waiting for somebody to fight
an extra ticket. That's what I'm waiting for. It's because they are expensive.
Yeah, they also, are. But
I get super anxious in crowds, so I probably wouldn't do that well.
That's fair. That's pretty fair. Yeah, and Kamala is a huge fan of Captain Marvel. That is her idol. She loves Captain Marvel. That's her one Avenger. Everybody's got to have their personal Avenger, and that's hers. And so she goes dressed fairly cheaply but also has a little bit of her cultural swag, if I remember. She's got some.
It was basically just the bracelet. Those were all like last minute add-ons too, because it said that you're supposed to bring your own twist to the costume. And I don't know if I agree about cheaply made. I thought they did a really good job. In
the first episode? In the first episode, it was pretty like quickly put together and not that great. And then when she goes out at Nightlight, they kind of upped it up a little bit better.
No, I disagree. For AvengerCon, for a con, that was a good costume. That's what
it was a good costume. I'm not saying it wasn't a good costume. I'm saying it was cheaply made, as in, what can we grab out of the closet and whip up in 5 seconds?
Poor kids.
So it was cheaply made.
Okay, but I was just defending the quality. It
was still good. I'm not denying it was a good costume. It was just a cheaply made good costume.
Okay.
And that's you're right though. It is a good costume. She does look really great. And but when she's wearing that bracelet, she discovers that she has powers. I can't explain to you those powers because they don't really make sense to me, but she has powers.
I will explain it to you, layman.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so when she puts on the bracelet, it allows her to activate and be in contact with the newer. I believe I'm saying that right. And I can't do this.
I don't know what that is.
It's too obnoxious for me. The newer is it is the world and atmosphere of not the Celestials, the clandestine. The clandestine.
I do remember the clandestine. They did mention them a lot.
And in our world, the ones that are stranded here, they are called jinn. Like the mythical Islamic creatures. Genies, if you're English and stupid. Sorry.
Like me.
I'm a little feisty today.
That's fine. That's good. It's good to be feisty.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the exciting thing is through the story as it develops, Kamala discovers that she is related to the clandestines. Her great grandmother was one of them. And the clandestines, as you said, are trapped here. A small grouping of them.
Yeah. And
they're trying to get back home, but in doing so, Kamala's, not to give away too much, but Kamala's great grandmother discovered that, that would destroy this universe, our universe.
Right. Oh yeah, it's extra dimensional too. It's not just like they are on the wrong planet. I don't think I necessarily conveyed that.
Oh man, most of what you were conveying was still over my head. It was too sciencey for me, let's be honest. Who is the leader of the clandestines? What was her name? Let me find it here.
That's really the problem I have.
Kamran's mother. Here it is. Najma.
Okay.
Najma, played by Nimra Bucha. She was great. She is the leader of the clandestines. She is very much... she just doesn't care if she's going to destroy this universe. She wants to get back home. That was her promise to her people, is that she'll get them back home. She doesn't give a damn. You know, she's like, if all these people die, so be it. And, you know, now that Kamala has the bracelet, the clandestines go to find Kamala because the bracelet is the thing that opens this, you know, portal to their world, whatever. And that's her way home. So she's trying to manipulate Kamala into helping them get home. And when manipulation goes to the lengths it can go to, then things get even more crazy. And along the way, you know, Kamala's, I mean, we didn't even mention her best friends. Before she's ever Ms. Marvel, her best friends are Bruno, who secretly has a crush on her. He's a tech genius. He's her guy in the chair.
Pretty,
he's played
pretty classic, you know, trope there for Bruno.
Yeah. And he does a good job, you know, but yeah, you are right. It is very conventional. He's played by Matt Lintz, and, you know, I liked Bruno. You know, you get all the classic tropey cliches where, you know, he watches her fall for another individual, that individual being Kamran, who played Kamran. There's so many names.
Yeah.
So many. Rish Shah. And was Kamran also Pakistani descent?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that they lived in Pakistan after they lost track of Kamala's great-grandmother.
Right.
Because she was one of the clandestine. That I will spoil that for you. Because she had to get that somewhere.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And Kamran is also clandestine as well.
That's right. But part human as well.
I think directly.
He's part human as well. But he is directly related to a clandestine, his mother.
Yeah, who is the leader lady, I believe, right?
That's right.
And you know, that's there's a lot of good emotional play off of that. There's a lot of talk about family and about, you know, what it means to be who you are, basically. Which, it was a lot of good fun. I will admit, I did enjoy the fun of this show. It's only 6 episodes, which is nice too. You know.
Yeah, but it is only 6 episodes. There's also a lot that I think it kind of, it kind of is hurt by that. And I think that happened because of the pandemic. Like, maybe there was more planned.
Maybe.
Because, I gotta say, I was really into this show. And then when they went to Pakistan, I was like, oh, great. We're gonna get, you know, exposure to some culture here. And, there was some of that. And, some hijinks and whatever. But then the relational stuff, especially between her mother, who is, her name is Muniba, and she's played by Zenobia Shroff, and her mother, so Kamala's grandmother, who I forget what that character's name is.
Kamala's grandmother, Sana.
Played
by Samina Ahmad.
Thank you. And because we talked about her several times, when they do show her in flashback, her great mother, Aisha, is played by Mehwish Hayat. And anyhow, their relationship is extremely, what's the term? It's
rocky?
Not good. Yeah, it's rocky. And you know, they're also distant. Muniba believes that her mom spent too much time living in her own fantasies and theories to really take care of her. She felt like she was taking care of her own mother, and she resented her for that. And, you know, that resentment went with her to the United States. They live in New Jersey, by the way, in the States.
Right.
And back in Pakistan, when they get back together, they maybe have like one talk, and that's it. And it seemed like such a big beef, and I don't know. I feel like it that tension was gone too quickly, and then it was the mother character was just so. She was just so lovey-dovey after that point, and then was like, "Oh yeah, Kamala, you could do whatever you want," even though she was like pretty strict before. Like,
yeah, that was yeah. I agree a lot with you there, because a lot of the family play felt very weird and kind of rushed. Like, yeah, because like I guess I was gonna say that 6 episodes. Even though it's only 6 episodes, I forget a lot of what happened. But like, I don't think I really forget it. It's just not a lot happens. Yeah, you know, it's a lot of drama.
Agree. It's a lot of switchback turns on what were showed as the status quo. Like, especially with this one girl, I don't even want to look up who the girl is. It's one of the high school characters. She saves her.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. She saves her at AvengerCon, and then all of a sudden she's nice at the end, but she was the biggest bully before. Like.
Yeah, literally her showing up at the end, I was just like, oh, what the, like, how?
Right.
Like, why even? It was the dumbest thing that she just comes up out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere. And then she provides the essential ingredients to what they need to outrun the law, basically.
Yep.
And yeah, it was the weirdest shoehorn I've seen in one of these Marvel shows.
Definitely. And I think it's probably because like this was produced later than the other shows, and it suffered more from the loss of time and availability of people due to the pandemic.
Yeah, probably. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
But anyways, that's speculation.
Yeah, it really. Yeah, we ain't knowing shit around here. I do want to give a shout out though. The showrunner is Bisha K. Ali, and you know, if your speculation is true, she did a great job. Bisha K. Ali did, because you know she pulled together a really good show out of, you know, if that speculation is true, out of COVID production time, she pulled a really good show out of it, because it is fun, even if the last there's like an ending, the ending to the 5th episode felt like the ending to a season, and I was like, how is there one, like there's still one more episode, but
yeah. But now that you say, I don't want to spoil, I can't remember what is even in the 6th episode, except for the very
it's the
ending.
Big right, the school stuff, exactly.
Yeah,
and I think that's mostly what that episode is, honestly. Okay. But like, that 6th episode though just felt a little weird because it's just like it ended in one way, and I think it was really just to get to the big spoiler at the end. That I do want to talk about, because of this drop at the very end of the last episode. It's now a landmark Marvel property. You know, it's like one of those big moments in the Marvel timeline of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that is.
Yeah.
And it's because Bruno, genius little boy that he has been, you know, studying Kamala's DNA and everything, because he's like, you know, he's a tech genius. And he noticed that, yes, she is related to the clandestines, but the powers that she has, even though they were like brought to life more by the bracelet, apparently she doesn't need the bracelet, because her very genes are mutated. Whatever.
That made me smile a lot, but I also recognize that I do not think that's what happens in the comics, and I don't know how if people are going to feel about that.
Right, yeah, I know there's people who are upset, and at the same time there's other people who, like me, was just like, oh,
finally!
Mutants!
Finally!
Like, are we gonna get the X-Men?
Dear God, bring me that man in the wheelchair and his school of gifted youngsters.
Right? I mean, I can't say much because that brings me to what I wanted to talk about, a new segment on this show. Who knows if it'll last long.
Two more shout-outs before you do that? Because when you said...
Yes, sure.
When you said we didn't mention our friends, I don't think that we went back and mentioned Nakia, who
that's right.
is played by Yasmin Fletcher. She is her other best friend, and Bruno's the only one who knows about Miss Marvel, though. But Nakia is very involved in the mosque and the culture, and that is primarily because I like her story because she's half white and she got picked on but from both sides, and so
right
one day she came to school with a hijab, and then it seemed like some of that went away, and then she realized that she didn't need to wear it as like a protection from bullying or whatever. She that she wanted to actually devote herself to her religion, and I really like her story. Right. It's nice.
Yeah, she does have a pretty good story, especially in the mosque itself, because there's inner politics in the mosque, and she wants to stand up against how overly masculine a lot of the leadership is at her mosque specifically. Right. And I really enjoyed that story too. I wish they had incorporated her better into the Miss Marvel's. Not that she's not incorporated, because she does a lot. There's a lot that she does.
She's the I just feel story, like kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's kind of like what's her name in Daredevil,
I was thinking her exactly, but I cannot remember her name.
Yeah,
but the blonde girlfriend character.
I want to say Pepper, but I think that's Iron Man.
That's Iron Man. That's Gwyneth Paltrow. This person is a D&D person. I feel like I should know her.
but like a lot of her storylines, you get a lot of her personal life and everything. But she's not so much of like a hero on her own right, unless she's helping out Daredevil. I don't know if that makes sense at all. But that's how. She's in the background
looking at different things. At least if we're still talking about Karen Page, which I found her, played by Deborah Ann
Karen Page,
who does some fun internet things with D&D, so you should maybe check that out. I don't remember the name of her show, but...
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, she is a similar character, but she hasn't gotten to the point where she's helping out with the problems that Daredevil would actually deal with, being Miss Marvel in this situation. Excuse me. And however, she does deal with the DOC or whatever they're called, Department of Damage Control. That's what they're called. The
law that keeps coming in.
Yeah, that keeps on coming in. So she's dealing with that while Nightlight's out there being Nightlight.
Right. Yeah, that she definitely has a lot of moments, and like I don't know. They seem like they use Bruno so much as an aid for Nightlight, but not so much Nakia until that very last episode when they had everybody just decide that they're going to go there and help Nightlight.
Yeah. Well, honestly, though, that was kind of cool. It was like, like the whole town's like, we're going to stick up for our people.
Oh, I forgot about that. The whole town was great when they all rise up. That's great. I was talking more like her brother just randomly shows up. That crazy high schooler chick just shows up. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like they needed a location they could film at or something like that.
Yeah. And everybody just flocked there.
Yeah. So...
Who was the other shout-out? You said you had two.
Thank you. Anjali Vaimani is in this, and I rather enjoy her. She plays one of the aunties, Auntie Ruby, in this, and I was very like, oh, cool, she's in this when she popped up. She guests on a lot of the Critical Role shows, so I've watched her play D&D on multiple occasions. And I just want to give her a shout out and say I really enjoy the characters you play. And Auntie Ruby was also very fun.
Nice. Well, that's lovely. I love that. I'm sure I've seen her in a couple episodes. She definitely looked familiar, but like I don't remember.
She guests from time to time, and then she had a more extended run on Exandria Unlimited, which is their newer spin-off show. Nice.
I haven't watched an episode of that, but I've watched a lot of shorts that have come out of that, and it seems like it's hilarious.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, that leads us to what I hope to be a recurring segment on this show, but maybe there's not a lot of material for it. We're calling it Speculators.
Speculators. Can you say it again?
Speculators. Yes. Speculators. Because
we're
speculating.
5 times real fast.
Speculators. That wasn't real fast, but
I think that was only 4 times too. But
it was 5. I paired 2, and then 1.
All right, you're probably right. This is the intro to our new segment, Speculators, where we debate and talk about news in the movie world, I guess. The movie TV world.
Exactly. And the big one is that, because we were talking about, they mentioned mutants, they dropped that her genes were mutated, and I'm curious, because it's like, that's very exciting. I hope that means X-Men. I mean, obviously they would, that's what they're implying. They wouldn't have said it otherwise, of course.
It's my favorite Marvel franchise. Like, you got it back now. Fucking use it. I mean, that's another thing, though, about the pandemic, though. They probably had plans that were supposed to come out earlier than this. For this, but also cast me. I would think I'd make a great Hank McCoy. I know that he got used once or twice in the Bryan Singer verse or whatever his name is, but I think I'd do better than either of those. Not to knock Kelsey Grammer, nor the guy who's in The Great, but he was too thin and scrawny. The guy from The Great. Too thin and scrawny. He's supposed to be a linebacker. And you're not
thin and scrawny at all.
No. Yeah. They wanted me to be a linebacker,
you're pretty
but I was
stacked.
too slow.
Yeah.
But I'm agile. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I'm flexible.
You're slow, but you're agile. And you got feet like a monkey.
And I got feet like a monkey. This is true. Without weird CGI.
That's pretty much a quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll obviously have to dye you blue and probably provide some CGI.
Right, but I could be the part that is before he turns super hairy, and we could do that. And I was thinking, okay, so you guys might not know this besides the multiple times that I've mentioned my hair is thinning. I think it would be a really funny gag if Hank McCoy, instead of trying to find a cure for the X gene, was trying to find a cure for his bald spot. And and that's what turns him all blue and furry like a cat monkey or whatever he is in the comics. It keeps on morphing, man.
I love that. I love that idea. I think that's perfect. Actually, he's looking for both. He's looking for the cure for the X gene and the cure for baldness.
Yeah.
Accidentally mixes them together, and that's when he becomes...
Oh, I see! I see! So he just, pats it on his head, and then it's...
Yeah.
everywhere. Oh, there's fur everywhere. God. I was already so hairy.
Wow, I guess I'm hairy now. I love it.
Okay, sorry.
But the weird thing
news.
Is, and the sad thing is, X-Men does not appear whatsoever on their phase map that they have put out there. And so the phase map, you got phase 4. So we're in the second saga, right? The first saga was the Infinity Saga, and now we're in the, I think they're calling it the Multiverse Saga.
Okay, that makes
phase
sense.
4 has been, everything we've seen up till now that we've talked about on the show, I think, has been phase 4. And it's going to end with She-Hulk and one other movie or something at the end of the year. Maybe it's Black Panther. Black Panther is the end of the movie, that's right.
It ends with Howard the Duck. And that is where everything begins. Everything that is true.
You stop. You stop your lies right now. We don't do fake news on this segment. No, Black Panther Wakanda Forever is going to be the end. And I'm very excited for that. They released a trailer. Very emotional trailer. I liked it a lot.
I haven't watched
certain hints at who the villain is.
Or any of the clips from... so I'm going to be more of a listener / sounding board for this segment particularly. But next time there's news, I'll be more prepared.
Well, I won't. Do you want it? Do you want the spoilers? That the trailer?
Do it. Spoil it to me. Spoil it to the world.
It's in the trailer. It's in the trailer.
It's in the trailer. That's fine.
Namor. We see Namor. Oh. It's very exciting. I'm excited. Yeah, so...
Hey, watch out, Momoa. They're looking for your job!
Uh-oh! They cast the guy, too. Let me pull that up real quick. Tenoch Huerta.
Tenoch
Huerta. He is a Mexican actor. I do not know if I've seen him in anything. I don't notice anything that popped off. He was in Narcos. I have not watched that, but he was in Narcos. But no, he is going to play Namor, so that's very exciting. Me and my friend have been talking about it at work, and we are of the opinion that Namor and Atlantis is going to go up against Black Panther and Wakanda, and it's all going to be in our thoughts. In our thoughts, it's all going to be because of Doctor Doom. We think Doctor Doom is trying to rile up some shit. We think they're going to introduce Doctor Doom in Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
Who knows if that's their plan? But that will be the end of Phase 4.
That would be Phase really 5, cool if they introduced Doctor Doom before Fantastic Four, because they've always tried to do it with Fantastic Four, and it has ended badly. But I think Doctor Doom is a cool character, and he's like a big Avenger character, like villain.
Yeah.
So
he's he's like my favorite Marvel villain that I can remember from childhood, just because he was so crazy looking. I loved his look.
Yeah.
That's right. Anyways,
I'm so sorry.
Phase 5.
Trying to see if I recognize Tenoch, and I don't.
Anyways,
he's been mostly...
Phase 5 opens up with Ant-Man Quantumania, and this one's already been spoiled. They announced 2 years ago that Kang is going to be in Quantumania. I don't know if he's going to be the villain, but Kang is going to be in Quantumania. Or maybe they just announced it with Loki. I can't remember.
But the quantum verse or whatever it is different than the multiverse, right?
Right. I think, yes, you are correct. I don't know what it is. It's like the very no, it's not the very tiny universe, is it? Maybe it is. I don't remember.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Her mom was trapped
There's
there,
too much.
Though. I don't remember those two very well. Besides that, Scott seems very nice.
Yeah. I like Scott. I love the Wasp. The Wasp is awesome.
Yeah.
Ant-Man is pretty cool, pretty rad, man. Yeah, sure.
He gets in a lot of trouble.
Hell yeah, fuck it. He does. But no, like honestly, I kind of feel like Kang's not going to be the big villain of Quantumania. I think they're just name dropping him to get more people interested in Ant-Man. I'm not sure. That's just how I feel about it. But then they have Secret Invasion, which in the comics is when the Skrull, I think, invade Earth, and like, are those the shapeshifters, the Skrull, or is it the Kree?
The Skrull, yes, they shapeshift, and the Kree are the hive mind ones, the blue hive mind ones.
Right. Yeah, and in Secret Invasion, you find out that a lot of people have been Skrull all along. You know, Skrull just, they came in, they took the place of a lot of big heroes, and it's just like, probably, fuck, you know?
Probably Nick Fury. It was,
yeah.
I mean, it really seemed like it. Unless he's being a double agent. He could be being a double agent. That would be good.
Well, I think at the end of Captain Marvel, if I'm remembering correctly, I've only seen it once, but like, he's been portrayed on Earth by a Skrull while he himself is up in space.
With Captain
Nick
Marvel?
Fury, that is. No, I think so, actually. I think he was traveling, like, doing something. He wasn't in our surrounding Earth, to my knowledge. I can't remember, but he was traveling in space. He's still alive, yeah, and he was asking that Skrull to be him while he was gone, I think.
With that particular one, because in Miss Marvel they help out some Skrull guys.
That's right.
Yeah.
They do. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay.
But
well, I don't know. It's definitely Cloak and Dagger.
Right. I had one. I don't know. I haven't really speculated at all on what heroes could be. Big. The big twists that they were Skrull all along and not the actual hero. But I thought it'd be hilarious if Black Widow was one. And, like, just ScarJo just comes back and everybody's just like, "You're alive?" And she's like, "What happened?"
What happened? Though,
it was just like a Skrull that was acting like her
really
died.
Fuck up the Black Widow movie. Like, really bad.
It really would. That movie already got fucked, too, and that it was released well after when it should have been released.
Yeah, for sure.
Like 5 years ago. After Secret Invasions, we got Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Who knows? I'm excited, but at the same time, my excitement with Guardians
Thor
is like
gonna be
wavering.
I thought Thor was kind of going to be in it, and I don't know because I haven't watched the Thor movie.
I know, right? Yeah, he's. I don't think he's going to be. So that's kind of sad. Maybe he'll have the exact same kind of like beginning intro like cameo role for Guardians that they have in Thor. But who knows? Like, I don't know. I like the Guardians. I love the first one. The second one just kind of felt like rehashing the exact same shit. But it was still fun. Like, I don't remember much of it. After that, we got Echo and Loki Season 2. What?
I remember Ego being his dad and everything. But, it's James Gunn, though, right? He came back for it.
They did bring him back after they fired him. They brought him back. So yeah, he is on there. And I think Adam Warlock is the villain, or like not a villain, but like in it.
Okay.
He was in the credit scenes, the after credit scene of the second one.
I forgot
maybe it was Adam
about that.
I think it was Warlock. Question. I'm second guessing myself.
I gotta look.
But
up
after Guardians,
make sure I'm not confusing this with somebody else, because I think I am.
Yeah. After Guardians, we got Echo and Loki Season 2. Echo, the character from Hawkeye. So if you haven't watched that, you probably need to watch Hawkeye before you watch Echo. Probably not. You get a good introduction to her character. She's awesome. I'm excited. And Loki Season 2. I mean, Loki Season 1 was great, so I'm sure Loki Season 2 will be fun.
Yeah, I hope so. I want to know where it's going to pick up from this. So Loki 2 is going to be before Avengers even touches it?
Yeah. I mean, Avengers isn't even until Phase 6. That's the crazy part. We still got however many more years, 2 or 3 more years until another Avengers film, apparently. Because after Loki Season 2, you have the Marvels, touching off of Miss Marvel here, what we just talked about. She's going to join Captain Marvel and I think Monica Rambeau, so that's exciting. And then you got Blade. That's the big one. I'm really excited about Blade with Mahershala Ali. That'll be a lot of fun.
He's already done good for
Ironheart will...
He was one of the better parts of that series of Luke Cage. I mean,
right?
Definitely compared to the second season. I like the second season still, but
yeah,
he was just so good.
I'm so sad what they just got rid of Mahershala in 4 or 5 episodes. I was like, oh, dang it.
Yeah, he was really good.
There's still, yeah.
I just looked up a picture of Adam Warlock, and I feel like I should know this character, but I don't. So
yeah, I don't. I think he's been in the Infinity Saga when I read those a long time ago, but I don't remember his involvement that much.
Sometimes he looks like Shazam. Really pushing.
After Blade, you have Ironheart, the replacement of Iron Man. So that's going to be a lot of fun. They've been releasing photos of that sporadically, and I've enjoyed those. Looking forward to that. Got Agatha, the Coven of Darkness.
Which is a spinoff.
I don't know what to think.
Oh, I don't know. It seems weird to give her own thing, except for that she just is a brilliant actor. I really enjoy that actor.
Right.
Everything I've seen her in, she usually plays she plays this character in WandaVision at some point, but it's usually this I don't know. It's almost it's passive aggressive with a smile, but also it's just so witty that. But she knows she's throwing wittisms out as this particular character. But when I saw her as Agatha, I was like, oh, she can do basically anything. And maybe that's what they're saying. Maybe that's why they gave her a show.
Or maybe you haven't seen Doctor Strange, so I can't say what I was about to say. Never mind.
I haven't.
I think it'll be fun either way. I think I'm kind of looking forward to Agatha Coven of Darkness, if that's correct. I can't see it properly from where I'm at. But
I think that is what
it's a spinoff. It could flop hard. You never know. It could be even better than WandaVision.
It could. Maybe it's the sequel to WandaVision.
But the last 5 things, the last 5 projects here are the ones that I really badly wanted to talk about. All that other stuff is just fodder. It's just minutes wasted.
Oh, thought Namor was pretty
because cool. The last 5... Daredevil, Born Again.
Yay!
Very excited.
Yay!
Also very confused. They're bringing back Charlie Cox. They're bringing back Vincent D'Onofrio. They've already done that with Vincent and Hawkeye.
Right.
I won't say anything about Charlie Cox. But I'm excited, but I'm confused because they already did the Daredevil Born Again story in the Marvels show in season 3. So, are they doing a more loyal and accurate Born Again story? Because, that one took a lot of liberties.
I think they're probably just using the title.
Yeah. And that's totally fine. I really enjoyed that comic. That's the only Daredevil comic I read, and it was really fucking good.
Right.
But...
that shit happens with Batman all the time. That. The titles of the movies do not match up with the...
Right.
Yeah, at least the live action.
The comics that they're based off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one, after Daredevil, this also wraps up this Phase 5 that they have so far posted. I guess it could change and fluctuate. Who knows? Because there's no X-Men on this list whatsoever.
Oh.
But the Phase 5 finale is Captain America: New World Order. I don't know what comics it's based off of. I've never read them. I know. But I'm excited to see Falcon. He finally got that movie that I've been harping about, where it's just like, don't make a Falcon Winter Soldier Season 2. Just make a Captain America movie for Anthony Mackie.
That's right, I think.
I struggle with it.
I think
I'm struggling right now to remember his name, because I want to. I did this earlier too. I was talking about it. I was like, I wanted to say it was Davies.
Right?
Sam Will. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
I think it's Anthony Mackie.
Though. Yeah, it's Anthony Mackie.
So that's exciting. I'm really excited to see him get his own Captain America film. Hopefully it's great. I don't know who they've attached to it, any directors or anything, but high hopes. Very high hopes. And then we begin Phase 6, and right now they only have 3 projects on Phase 6, but they are 3 huge projects. Because you got the big one, starting off, Fantastic Four. Yay. They're coming.
Finally.
I'm so excited.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if they can make a good movie.
We'll see. I think Marvel can do it. I think now that it's in Disney's hands, I think they can figure out a way to make a decent Fantastic Four movie. Because the other ones have been bogged down with like production and like, test audiences and all that garbage. And Disney typically has a better testing, figuring it out. They're a little better at it. So hopefully it's great. I'm not going to get super hyped about it, but I am at the same time pretty excited, because those are other,
never watched Fant Four Stick.
Fant Four Stick, yeah. I'm kind of hoping they bring Chris Evans back, but not as Captain America. They bring him back as Johnny Storm from the original Fantastic Four film, and he just like randomly shows up, and everybody's calling him Cap, and he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?" I'm like, "I'm fucking Johnny Storm."
I'm Johnny Storm. There's like a tabloid out there. It's like that says Cap goes wacko on civilians. Starts yelling.
Cap got hotter.
Cap got hotter and goes wacko on civilians, saying, "I'm Johnny Storm. I'm Johnny Storm."
No, I'm not saying that he should be the Johnny Storm of the Fantastic Four film, though.
Right.
Like, I think they should cast a new actor. But I think it would be hilarious if he does come back as like a multiversal version of them. That would be so funny.
Do like, the window gag that they're gonna do in all the multiverse films, I'm sure, where they like are looking at this like portal that shows the different multiverses, and he's just one of the cameos in it. Yeah, that's probably something to do.
Absolutely, like almost assuredly. Oh man, but I'm looking forward to it. I think that'll be a lot of fun. The last 2 films are Avengers movies. We finally get them. They're apparently both coming out in 2026 or whatever, 2025. That's too maybe.
Far in the future to be real.
I know, right? It's like I'm so excited, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm not gonna get too excited just yet. They got a lot a lot's gonna fluctuate still. But we start with the Kang Dynasty, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and I wanted to read real quick the Kang Dynasty, the brief plot thing that I read on Wikipedia, because it's hilarious to me. I've been talking to my friends at work though, and I really badly want a certain character. Now that they've announced that Vincent D'Onofrio is coming back, Charlie Cox is coming back, from the Netflix shows. There's a certain character I know and love called the Purple Man, who's played by David Tennant, my favorite actor on this planet. And so here's the comic book, the Kang Dynasty, the comics that it's based off of. The story features Kang the Conqueror, warlord from the 30th century, one of the deadliest and oldest Avengers foes, arriving in the early 21st century with his son Marcus, intent on conquering the planet. Although Kang is temporarily successful, the first villain in Marvel Comics to physically take over the world, as opposed through mind control as Doctor Doom once accomplished by amplifying the powers of the Purple Man, He is opposed by the Avengers, he being Kang. So I've been like, I want Purple Man to come back. I want Purple Man to come back. And then in the beginning of this, it's just like Doctor Doom wants accomplished taking over the world through mind control using the Purple Man. And I'm just like, Kang's coming. And I assume Doctor Doom's coming because they're constantly at odds, which is great. So maybe we'll get David Tennant as the Purple Man back, and he'll the Doctor Doom will be using him. Oh, I would love that. It would be so good. I want to see it so badly. I love David Tennant.
And then,
but Kang Dynasty sounds really exciting. I'm very excited for Jonathan Majors as Kang. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
He was so
who knows
good in Loki.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, for real.
So if you're ready for a taste of that character, go check out Loki.
Yeah, for real. Just the last episode, though.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It just feels like there was
just be confused about everything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. Who knows how he will be, who knows even what Avengers he's going to be matched up against. That's going to be exciting to see that group form.
Yeah.
We were you and me we were talking before that we started recording that, it could be the West Coast Avengers, like you said, it could be the Young Avengers.
Yeah, who knows?
A lot of options when we got 4 fucking years until we get there anyways. But the final film was Avengers Secret Wars, which is kind of, the only way I know how to describe it is it's like, DC Comics War World, where Mongol, pulls heroes into War World and makes them fight each other. Yeah. Well, that's Secret Wars in the comics is, the Beyonder, I believe, pulls a bunch of heroes and villains to his own battle world and makes them fight each other to the death. And, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of
feels
a fun
like
Avengers
a
film,
one-shot adventure to me, which, if that's kind of what becomes of this verse, I don't, at least occasionally, throw something like that in there. As long as it's good, I would love something that doesn't really matter for the rest of the verse, but it's really fun.
Especially because, they can do it with the entire multiverse, because it's going to be the wrapping up of the multiverse saga. So, they can pull in a lot of fan servicey things. It's we can bring back, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Hugh Jackman and, all of these, characters. Yeah, just make it a very fun fan servicey film. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be fun. That. Yeah, but you don't want to make Space Jam New Legacy, though, So
exactly. There's a way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to tiptoe on that one.
Definitely.
They got 4 years to figure it out, 3 years to figure it out. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
I'm excited, though. That they dropped that at Comic-Con, and, me and my friends have just been constantly talking about it because it's very exciting. It's I don't know why the whole Marvel has just basically taken over the entire cinema universe, cinema in general.
Right. That's the only reason.
I have friends who literally don't watch movies other than Marvel.
Oh, that's crazy.
Which is sad to me.
Yeah, I couldn't.
It's sad to me.
So we should probably do closing statements. I realize we never do a soda pop break. Maybe it's not worth it. But let's do closing statements on Miss Marvel. How about it?
I will say that I really enjoyed it. I like how it at the very end it opens up the Marvel universe even wider. That's great. I mean, it does so with diversity in general. It's focusing on a Pakistani hero. That's pretty exciting. We're getting a lot of different diverse heroes for this new saga. So that's pretty exciting. Looking forward to seeing how they bring them all together for an Avengers style, crossovers and everything. That'd be a lot of fun. I liked it. It was fun. It was a very fun show. I give it 3 stars. There's a lot of juvenile kind of minor nitpicks that I have, smaller, but at the same time, it's kind of more aimed towards the younger audience because that's who Kamala is.
That's probably true.
Yeah, because she's kind of like a what's the word? An avatar? That's a bad word for it. but like, people who've grown up with the Marvel Cinematic Universe now being a thing. Because there's 20-year-olds who half their life has been Marvel. Yeah. yeah. She's a good vehicle for them, I guess, and it's, me as an older man complaining about some of the smaller, like, more childish things of the show. It makes no sense because I'm not the target audience. I'm just a nerd. I'm a target. I'm part of the target audience.
Don't worry about it. So, I like it enough. I think I like the first half better than the second half. To be frank, I think that plot-wise, there's a lot of like convenient things, but that's kind of superhero movies in general. Sometimes I feel bad. Like I give it a full face. It is competent, a lot of fun. I wanted a little bit more from the story, especially on the family side of things. That's, I think, my major disappointment with that. I felt like things were pretty fulfilled with what they would typically do in a first season between her and Bruno, and with her and Cameron. Is that right? The other
I think Cameron.
Kid?
Yeah,
Cameron. I think that's probably right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. It's honestly been a while since we watched it.
His ending honestly was pretty rushed.
Oh yeah. You're right. He kind of just disappears.
Yeah, I mean they fulfill a lot of like what you were talking about, like the first season stuff with both of those characters, but like what him specifically, like his departure from the show at the very end is just like, oh, that's it. What just happened here? I don't understand what happened here.
Yeah. You're right. So there was a lot of things like that though. And for that reason, I don't know how much I really think that it's a great show, but I do appreciate the look into Islamic culture. I mean, we don't get a lot of that in the States. And I also really liked Kamala, and some of the other characters I really liked too, like her family. But yeah, I don't know if I give a big hearty recommend to this one, but I do think it's maybe tater tot friendly. I mean, the partition part's probably the darkest part, but kids should know about history.
Yeah. I mean, if they can sit and pay attention to it.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like that's typically the turn-off point for kids when we go into a period spot, and they're just like, nah, I don't know what's going on now.
That's where I would get more interested as a kid, though. Because I was...
That's fair.
All right. Well, we hope you guys liked the show. It was a longer one. But we had fun talking about nerd shit, and that's the whole show. In every episode of the show, that's pretty much what it is.
We nerds.
We're gonna talk about James Bond next, and that's gonna redeem our manly less nerdiness.
Yeah, we're gonna be sophisticated and gentlemanly.
That's right, and drink martinis. And
shake and not stir.
Have sex with multiple partners that we do not intend to return to.
Nope, not at all.
Never.
Actually, he gets married in this one.
He does. Spoilers. All right, that's the show.
But I am the Green Traveler from Gorge. Thanks for listening.
And I am the Faceless Leon. Safe travels and good night. Green and Faceless on the Couch is a proud production of FictionWorks 19. Are you a fan of the show? Feel free to contact us at greenandfacelessfans@gmail.com or visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/greenandfaceless. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, or rate us on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for listening.